Hi everyone, I'm Mickey. Welcome back to LaceUp Solutions, the #1 DSD software. Today I'm going to give you 5 common characteristics that I found in distributors that are extremely successful, that have been able to scale their business from 0 all the way up to $100 million. If you have any of these 5 characteristics, you're that much more probable to making your distribution company a success. So let's get right into it. Point number 1, and perhaps the most obvious point, is that your company must have some kind of a monopoly in the area that you're in. So whether you have a monopoly in the area that you're in the service that you provide, in your service itself, you have to have some kind of a monopoly. The most successful companies that I work with have a monopoly in an area, whether they be a dairy distributor in a major city or a tortilla chip distributor in a Latino-based market. If you're the only person that provides these products in your area, you have a monopoly, you're going to be extremely successful. So that's the first characteristic. The second characteristic that I've seen across all of my successful retailers, or all of my successful customers, is that they all distribute to major retailers. Whether it be Kroger or Walmart or Target or whatever stores we're thinking about, my biggest customers all distribute to these retailers. Now, the reason why they do this is because these retailers are at scale, right? They force you to scale your business. They force you to supply product to them at a scale that forces you to grow and expand. Every single one of my major distributors distributes to a major retailer. Point number 3 is every single major distributor has a large sales team pushing product on new customers. Now, this is going to sound like common sense, but believe it or not, a lot of the distributors that we work with don't even have a sales team. They just rely on their distribution channels to get the product out to consumers. A sales team is so critical to be able to grow and scale your business. A sales team is so important that I would recommend that you get at least 1 to 2 salespeople as soon as possible pushing your product out to new customers. That's the only way you're going to grow your business. Okay, all of my major distributors, there is not one exception. All of them have a sales team. Whether the sales team is 5 people, 10 people, 100 people, everybody's got a sales team. So point number 4 is all the distributors that are successful know where they're inefficient. They know where their bottlenecks are, and they're thinking about ways to improve those bottlenecks or improve those inefficiencies. So for instance, if you're a distributor and you've got a process where it's taking your hours, or your office 10 hours a day to complete, it's so critical that you find a solution to that process, okay? Because if you do, it's gonna allow you to scale to the next level and perhaps at another office with that efficiency already taken care of so you can scale even faster. So all of our major distributors are thinking about what are my inefficiencies, what are my bottlenecks, how do I solve them, how can I save time? That way I can scale my business and go maybe from 50 million to 150 million. So the next thing that I want you to know about is if you're a successful distributor, you have a product that serves a niche. Okay, for instance, one of my most successful customers sells pork rinds to the Latino market. Think about that. There's pork rinds that you go down to your 7-Eleven and buy, and these pork rinds are geared towards, let's say, the American market, okay, or the Caucasian market. But this company in particular, they took a pork rind, they branded it in a way where it would be very appealing to minority Latino or Hispanic markets, and they took it to those customers. Now they're extremely successful. They found their niche and they exploded it. Now they're in every single Hispanic supermarket across the nation. So if you want to have a successful distribution company, you have to have a niche of some kind. You can't just be another dairy supplier supplying dairy to the same customers that have 5 different types of milk, right? You need to have something that nobody's done before in a market that's niche, in a market that's small, that you can explode and then you can expand across. And this you can also see in the way that, for instance, Cheetos grew. The janitor who famously founded Cheetos, he started to roll out the Cheetos in Hispanic markets, and after they were blown up in Spanish markets, then he went to Caucasian and African American markets and Asian American markets and exploded the hot Cheetos in those markets as well. So again, Have a niche, have a market you can explode. That way you can scale to other markets as you get bigger and as you get more popular. So I hope that those points really helped you find a few different ways or a few different strategies that you can use to become successful in the distribution game. If you have any questions or comments, hit me down below. I'll get back to you personally. My job is to bring you and your company extreme value. I'm here to help. Also, please like, subscribe, follow our channels, do all that nice stuff. The more you do, the more content I provide, the more value I bring to you. Either way, I look forward to seeing you next video. Take care.